Hey guys, Ruble here. How are you? How's everything? I just finished a TV show. Uh, Good Day Tulsa. It's my first time doing a show in Oklahoma. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. I loved it. It was enjoyable. I had a lot of fun. So that's good. So today we are going to talk about something fascinating: chasing two rabbits. So that is a metaphor that I use a lot in my business. Like people talk about doing many businesses at the same time. Like there are so many people who wants to be self-employed, do business and job and so many other things, right? So there are so many people looking to do many things at the same time. So I think it was Lao Tzu who said, "A man who chases two rabbits gets none." So man or woman or whatever gender that you associate with, whoever whoever chases two rabbits get none, right? So that, how is that relevant in business, and what can you do about it? That's what we're going to talk about. And if you are in one of my groups, if you're not in my group, you could join my group here. If you're listening from my group, you could I'll tell you exactly what you could do. So if you're part of my group, you could if you're not part of my group, this is the group that you could join. And wherever you're listening from, this is going to 8 places, so I don't know where you're listening from. If you're listening from my my group, you could actually use that to join my group. That's where everything that I do that relates to business, that's what I discuss there. And I speak only about business, and that's what I talk about all the time. So if you are interested in learning more about business, and if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, if you're listening to this from somewhere else, and if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, you could use this link to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I share this video. Some of this, these Q&As are the answers for some of the questions that people ask me on YouTube, on my Facebook, and on my other pages, right? So feel free to join and be part of the community. We are helping businesses in 14 countries now, helping businesses to grow to the next level. And so I want you to be part of this community, and let's go from there. Okay, so I want to discuss 3 points today. One is how do you chase two rabbits? So if you are interested in, should I chase two rabbits? How do you chase two rabbits if you really need to do it? And if you're listening to it right now and you just joined right now and you're like, what the heck is he talking about? What is a rabbit? Is it a metaphor? Yeah, so when I talk about rabbit, I'm talking about business, the things that you want to do in life, the growth that you want to have in your life. That's what I'm talking about. So it's a good idea to check if my mic is on. Okay. So many people who chase two rabbits, as I'm working with people from almost all continents now, not Antarctica, obviously. And when I work with people from different continents now, I'm realizing that entrepreneurs, they want to do so many things. They're very creative people. They have so many ideas. They have one idea they are pursuing. At the same time, they want to have another idea behind. They'll be like, Jeff Bezos, look at all the businesses he has, right? He has a shipping company. He has a book company. He has a whatever, pharmacies and web services and so many things, right? So why can't I start like that? Yes, you can. And I will share with you how you could do that. There are some of my clients who do that too, right? So the first rule of business is, in order for you to succeed big in business, whatever big is for you, whether it is making $100,000 or $1 million or $100 million, because we work with different range of people, between all of those range of people and more, wherever you want to be, until you reach your growth, which is, if it is $100,000, it's $100,000. If it's $1 million, it's $1 million. Focus on one business. Whatever you think is a stability for your business, until then, focus on one business. Chase one rabbit. The reason is, one reason human beings focus on many things is because of fear. You'll be like, oh, I'm not fearful. I don't have no fear. Wait for a second. So there are so many people who start a business And they're, after some time, they're like, oh, I don't know if this is going to work. What if I fail? And what if people reject me? What if something happens? What if this happens? Especially when they're trying something and it's not working fast enough for them. Because of the short-term thinking, the mind comes and play this game and tell us, maybe we should do something else. Not just because I'm not going to succeed or anything, but because it's a good idea to have another. I mean, this is a great idea anyway. And you start another thing. And then you kind of shift your energy from your original idea to this new idea. Original idea to this new idea. Should be like that, right? Yeah. So when we switch from this original idea to new idea, what happens is you kind of abandon the original idea in terms of energy. You don't have energy for that idea anymore. What does that mean? It means your energy is generated from your focus. You're focusing on something. You're focusing on a business. You think that you could build, let's say, Uber. The idea for Uber came to you on, let's say, 2003 or 4. And then you're like, you want to start this company. And then 2 months later, you're like, oh, I could start, something else. And all of a sudden, your focus and attention is going to another idea. Why? Because you kind of give up in your mind that this is going to succeed. This is why I'm saying all over the world, like when I work with people in different parts of the world, I tell them, guys, focus on one thing and only one thing. And if you want to be an entrepreneur, don't try to be a serial entrepreneur unless your business is like selling cereals. Right? Don't try to be a serial entrepreneur. Try to be a single focused entrepreneur who focus on one thing until you get $1 million, until you at least do at least $1 million in business. That's where you would focus on. Now, does that mean that you shouldn't sell 2 products for your company? No, you could have many products for the company. So if you have a rabbit and the rabbit has like many children around it and you wanted to capture the children too, that's fine. But don't chase another rabbit. That's the point, right? You focus on that business. And many of times, and this I listened from so many people like Jack Ma and many other people, and many of my major successful clients, and including me, something that I learned is when you start doing something, it might not work in the beginning. It might not work at all. You want to do it and it's not working. It's not happening. It's not moving forward. You are not making money. You are like, everybody is saying, oh my gosh, you should stop this. What is wrong with you? Why are you just keep on doing the thing? Don't you know the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing, expecting a different result? Yes, you need to be insane in the early stages. So keep in mind, everybody kind of talks about insanity is doing the same thing again and again, expecting a different results. Sometimes you have to do that. In business, sometimes you have to do it. You actually try to do something, it doesn't work. You don't change the plan. You might change the strategy and do it again like an insane person, right? And then you try one thing and that doesn't work. You change the strategy and do the same plan like an insane person. And then you keep on doing it until it reaches a point where you're like, oh my gosh, this is what I need to be doing. Makes sense? That is going to happen to you if it hasn't happened to you already. If that happens, then you got the game. You know how to make this work. So many of times people are not succeeding because the mindset is not on the right place. It has nothing to do with business. It has nothing to do with strategies. It has nothing to do with action. Even if there are so many people who take a lot of action, but still not succeed. The reason is there are issues on the mindset. So the mindset has like major challenges and major influence in business. The reason is if you feel like you are going to fail, you kind of figure out another way to chase another rabbit before you even fail. So this is your kind of an escaping way so that you don't need to fail. Because if one business is not working, then I have this another business. If that business is not working, then I have another business. If that doesn't work, I have another business. So this way you could self-justify that you are working on something fascinating all the time, even if you're failing on all ends. So bottom line is fail on one business at a time. So do you understand what I mean by that? So when you try to do business, when you try to do things, like generally speaking, what I have seen with my clients and in my own experience, when you try 5 things, only one of them is going to work. 5 things, one of them is going to work. So if you try 5 things in your business, Only one. 5 marketing strategies, one. 5 sales strategies, one. 5 products, one. So what does that mean? What it means is when many of these things are not working, when 80% of the times things are not working for you in business, compared to job, if you had a job before, you are succeeding 100% of the time, because no matter what happens, you get paid every 2 weeks or every month or every year, or whatever time that you get paid in your country, right? So you're getting paid no matter what. So in the employment world, when you switch to an entrepreneur, everything changes. No matter what you do, you're going to fail in the beginning, right? Keep in mind, no matter what you do, you're going to fail in the beginning. That's how your game start, right? So you are succeeding. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, you are the best in the world. You're doing all these things. And you never fail in your life because you are so accomplished. You're so smart. You deliver so much value to the organization. Now you start your business, failure, and failure. And you're like, oh my gosh, what is happening here? All this time of my life, I succeeded. That's what happened to me all the time. And now I started something new. And I thought I was going to be successful on day one, and nothing happened to me. Oh my gosh, what is happening? It's bad luck. It's bad karma. It's bad whatever fate. Oh my gosh, why did I even start entrepreneurship? That's how the journey is going to be in the beginning, right? So if the journey is going to be like that, for most people, we need to accept that. So we need to have reserve. If you're starting a business, we need to have reserve. That's a different topic altogether. But the point is, when you are failing, your tendency is to chase another rabbit. So imagine that you have a land that's 5-acre land, and then you're trying to dig for gold, and you know that there is gold. And then you started digging, like 5 feet digging. You're like, oh, I'm not seeing gold. I don't think this is a worthwhile effort. And then you're like, okay, I see gold there. I feel like there is some glittery thing on the soil. And then you go start digging on another place. And then you dig for like 3 feet. And you're like, oh, I don't think there is gold here. And then you keep digging 2 feet, 3 feet, 5 feet, in different parts of this land. You're not going to find gold. Most likely, you're not going to find gold. I mean, there are some people who get lucky and find gold in 3 feet, probably. But most people are not going to. So let's assume that you're not going to. So what you do is you concentrate single focusedly on one hole and dig deeper and deeper. So which means that you're digging deeper into yourself, because your business, your entrepreneurship is your deepest self-help journey. I'll say that again. Your entrepreneurship is your deepest self-help journey. If you want to get self-help, you could go to Tony Robbins' event and try to get self-help, or like other events and people and stuff like that. But if you want to get self-help, start a business. It will show you who you are. It will be a reflection of who you are. And if the business is messed up, it's because you are messed up. The business is confusing, it's because you are confused. If your team members are like, running all over the place like chickens, it's because you are running all over the place like chicken, right? So it's a shadow of you. It brings in the darker and the light side of you into its existence. Anybody who have been in business for a long time will understand what I mean by that, right? Unless they grew out of that to the next phase. So the bottom line is, you focus on one rabbit. Don't chase a second rabbit. But if you are interested, and as I'm moving on to a different session, I just want to conclude here, but I wanted to address 2 more things here. One is, if you want to chase another rabbit while you're building your legacy company, is find another partner, a partner or an operations person or an entrepreneur or somebody who could chase another rabbit for you. So there is no way that I know you could chase 2 rabbits. I don't think we have figured out that yet. But if you want to chase 2 rabbits at the same time, find another person who can chase another rabbit for you. Find another person who could run a company and grow it with you, if that's what you want to do. I try to avoid doing that unless you study business and try to figure out, at least have a few business success. And once you have succeeded in building a 7-figure company or 6-figure company or whatever you want to have based on, or 8-figure company, you don't need to wait till 8 figures to start another company. Once you figure out a 7-figure company, then what you could do is you could hire another person to chase the rabbit, or you could give the current rabbit to another person, so that person will operate your business, so you could go and figure out the details. By the way, if you are curious about like, many people ask me if I have books about this topic. I wrote an entire book on business, which became an international bestseller. So I'm going to put the link here because many people ask me. It's called 90 Days to Life. So if you want to get my book, 90 Days to Life, you could go to this link. It's a long link, but let me try to shorten it. You could go get the book and read it. And I'm sharing all of these details in the book. And you could get it on Kindle for a very, very low cost. Or you could buy the paper book if you buy paper books these days. So I'm sharing a lot of these details through 90 Days to Life, which is a fictional story. Through that fictional story, I'm sharing all these business ideas. And if you don't see this link in your book, just go visit my YouTube channel and go visit my group. It's called Business Accelerators. And I would love to see you succeed in a business and grow to the next level. And even if you're starting a business, even if you have a business you want to grow and scale to the next level, wherever you are, I would love to see you grow your business to the next level. I look forward to seeing you next time. Chase one rabbit until you get to 7 figures or 6 figures. So whatever your number is, until you reach that point, chase one rabbit all the time, so that you could succeed even bigger, much bigger in that space. Okay, talk to you later. Bye. Thank you.